Hello everybody, Brother Ed coming to you once again from Louisville, Kentucky, and this is hopefully going to be news that you can use. I'm about ready to change the channel name to Sick of Shit Broadcasting and just start calling myself Mr. Sick of Shit, because that's where I am. I am sick of the shit. At any rate, I don't know how many of you saw the director of the CDC yesterday tell the world that she has a sense of impending doom. Well, she made it appear that she was speaking of Drink My Kool-Aid 91. That's what we'll call it. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. After the report that I brought to you guys the other day on Ebola, if she's got a sense of impending doom, it's not from a non-existent illness. It's from one that really does exist and has killed countless thousands of people in Africa. Has been in this country for quite some time. Would not surprise me if that is what the deaths over the last year have been from, and has simply been called something else. That wouldn't surprise me at all. So far, it has not gotten entirely out of control. But under different circumstances, I would likely be saying that this woman is just filling people's minds full of crap. But I spoke to someone, or heard from someone recently, within the last few hours, who is a very well-versed person in reading body language. And he said that he believes that this woman is, at least in part, telling the truth about her sense of doom and foreboding. He listened and watched President Biden imploring all governors to keep and or reinstate the mask mandate, and he believes that he is also genuine, sincere, and is very concerned. These people are not concerned about DMKA 91. They won't admit it, but they're concerned about Ebola. That's where the concern is coming from. You can rest assured, that's it. As if that's not bad enough, from what I have learned, it could be 1 to 3 months, potentially, before the Suez Canal is unblocked. Get ready, folks. It looks to me as if we have not only got a real and very deadly contagion that is also very easily spread, like they said the previous one was, but it wasn't. And let me tell you something. I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to say it again because it makes sense. Had this illness been what they said that it was, they would have... Let me tell you something. The National Guard would have been at the border of every state preventing anyone from leaving or coming in. That's what they would have done, and they would have done it very quickly. Every city and county would have had their police doing the same thing. Nobody did that, to my knowledge. I think there might have been a few places in New England. New York and California might have done things like that. I know New York got pretty crazy, and so did California. But I don't recall anybody going quite that far. There were a few places in New England that did almost that. But if this had been real, the whole country, everywhere in the entire country, they would have all been doing that. The Guard would have been at the borders of every state. The police would have been at the borders of every city, town, and county. And it didn't happen. There's proof in that pudding. If this turns out to be what I believe it's going to be, and they don't do these things again, which they should, as I said the other day, there should be a travel ban, a complete ban on anyone going to these countries or coming from these countries, and there isn't. That begs me to ask, why? If you're so concerned, why are you not issuing a travel ban? What's the real concern about? Concern that the people outnumber the politicians, and that the people might rise up against the politicians and start doing what they did during the French Revolution and just saying off with their head? Maybe that's what he's really concerned about. At any rate, folks, we are in for more than a bumpy ride. Way more than a bumpy ride. Get ready. If you do not have whatever the bare minimum is going to be, if you haven't prepped by buying your own land somewhere, then you know what? You're not going to have anything better than I'm going to have. You're going to have a tent. If you're lucky, that's what you're going to have. And you best be having it someplace that is near a clean, fresh water source, or create your own. It's not that difficult to dig a pond. It's time consuming, but it can be done. You have to wait a little while for the rain to fill it up. I would get started now. I really would. Put your trust and faith in Holy Mother, Father, and Son, not in anyone else. And be in prayer all throughout the day, every single day, because I got news for you folks. We need divine intervention, whether it be for our family, our community, on whatever level. I suggest getting camouflage tents and pitching your tent someplace where it's going to be well hidden. Bugout time is very close. I would not be surprised if it winds up being within the next 3 to 4 weeks, if that long. Ebola has a 3-week incubation period. Look out. That's all I got to say. Look out and get ready. Till next time, Brother Ed, signing out with love. Oh, and sorry, but I don't know how long it's going to be before I can get back on my main channel. They're still not letting me upload any videos, so I'll be focusing on this one for for a little while. Till next time, get ready, folks. It's going to be much more than a bumpy ride.